All right, everyone, get ready because today we are going deep into the final week of marathon prep.
Ooh, exciting.
We have some exclusive access to our runner's training logs,
Oh,
and I'm not going to lie, it's a wild ride of just endurance, mental toughness, and those aha moments that you get when you push yourself beyond your limits.
I think what's so captivating about this week is that it's not about the long runs anymore.
Yeah.
It's really about the fine-tuning,
Yeah.
getting everything ready.
Yeah, it's like the final week before the big day.
Yeah.
Like the energy is palpable.
You can feel
You
it.
can feel it in the log entries.
Absolutely, and that's why I think the Sunday workout is so critical.
Sunday, the day for speed.
That's right.
4 intervals of 1.5 kilometers each
Wow.
at an average pace of 4 minutes, 59 seconds per kilometer.
That's quick.
That sounds intense,
It is.
especially so close to the marathon.
Yeah, you might think, why push so hard when you're about to run 42 kilometers? But the
right.
science behind it is fascinating. These short bursts of speed, they help maintain those fast-twitch muscle fibers,
Okay.
which are the ones that are responsible for those quick, powerful movements.
Okay.
So it's like reminding your body how to access that explosive energy needed for race day.
It's like, don't forget how to move fast.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's not all go, 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 though, right?
Absolutely not. That's where Monday comes in.
Right.
Recovery day.
Recovery.
The log shows an easy 5.56 kilometers run.
Okay, so not lounging, but definitely more chill. A
Exactly.
more chill vibe.
Chill vibe.
So can you break down this active recovery thing?
Oh, I love active recovery.
Yeah.
It's basically like giving your muscles a gentle massage from the inside out.
Okay.
So that easy run helps to flush out lactic acid,
Okay.
which makes your muscles sore,
Right.
and increase blood flow to repair those tiny tears that happen during those intense workouts.
Oh, wow.
So it's really about preventing stiffness and promoting healing.
So it's like hitting the reset button without fully shutting down.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Now, skipping ahead to Thursday, we see something called strides incorporated into an easy run.
Yeah, this one stumped me a little bit, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
What are strides and why are they important so close to race day?
Okay, so strides are basically short bursts of speed,
Okay.
almost like mini sprints
Okay.
that you sprinkle into an easy run.
Okay.
And they're not about building endurance,
Oh.
but rather fine-tuning your neuromuscular system.
Neuromuscular system.
Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Okay, so it's basically the connection between your brain and your muscles.
Right.
Strides help to sharpen those pathways,
Mm-hmm.
ensuring that your brain can quickly tell your legs to move fast when you need them to.
It's like a dress rehearsal
It is a dress rehearsal.
for the big performance.
Yes.
Okay.
You're reminding your body of those race day speeds, even if it's just for a few seconds at a time.
I like that.
All right.
So Saturday is where things get interesting
Yeah.
because instead of that final pre-race run the log shows our runner had to tackle pre-trip logistics.
Oh, those are the worst.
Like a packing,
Really?
confirming accommodation,
Yeah.
all the last minute things that make you want to pull your hair out.
Oh, it's so stressful. And
Yeah.
that's exactly where the mental game of marathon running kicks in. Because
Okay.
let's be honest,
Yeah,
pre-trip stress is something everyone can relate to.
absolutely.
But for a marathoner, it's about recognizing that this stress can actually affect their performance
Okay.
and then learning how to manage it effectively.
So it's like a marathon within a marathon.
Exactly.
You got
And
the
it-
physical challenge of the race itself, but then you have this mental challenge of staying calm and focused amidst all this chaos.
Precisely. And speaking of fueling up for both of those challenges, Saturday evening involves a strategic dinner decision.
Dinner out instead of cooking.
Interesting.
Interesting choice.
It might seem like a small detail,
Yeah.
but think about it. This runner is prioritizing minimizing stress in those final hours before the race. By choosing to eat out, they're conserving energy and mental bandwidth that might otherwise be spent on meal prep and cleanup.
That's such a good point.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
And of course, we can't forget about the all-important pre-race fueling.
Yes.
Eggs, porridge, bagels with peanut butter.
The classics.
Carb loading.
Why is carb loading so important?
Carb loading is essential for these endurance events because it maximizes the glycogen stored in your muscles.
Remind me what glycogen is again?
Glycogen is your body's primary fuel source for sustained energy.
Okay.
So it's like filling up your car's gas tank before a long road trip.
Okay.
Carb loading ensures that you've got enough fuel in the tank to power through those 42 kilometers.
So it's not just about stuffing your face with pasta the night before.
Mhm.
It's about preparing.
Strategic.
Your body.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But fueling the body is only part of the equation.
Right.
What really struck me about these logs were the runners' reflections on their training journey.
Yeah, those were captivating. They were so honest and raw, and you got a glimpse into the mental and emotional side of it all.
Totally. What resonated with you?
Well, early on, they talk about struggling with pacing and hills
Yeah.
and feeling like those obstacles were just insurmountable.
Yeah.
But now in this final week, there's a sense of quiet confidence, like they believe they can do it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
It's like they've conquered those inner demons.
Yeah, those voices of self-doubt that tell you you can't.
Exactly.
I find that so inspiring.
Me too.
Because we all have those moments, right?
We do.
We all have those personal marathons where we think, can I really do this?
All the time.
But this shows us that those doubts don't have to define us.
You got it.
This one quote really jumped out at me.
Yeah.
They said, looking back, it's clear that with a little mental determination, anything is achievable. Such a powerful reminder that we often have more strength and resilience than we give ourselves credit for.
And that's such an important message, especially as we head into this runner's final pre-race preparations.
Because all those meticulous details,
Yes.
the packed bags, the confirmed train ticket, having the race pack ready,
Yeah.
it contributes to this sense of calm and control,
Right.
which then frees up mental space for the race itself.
Absolutely. It's like they've laid the groundwork for success, not just physically, but mentally as well.
And that is such a powerful place to be.
It is.
Standing at the precipice of such a challenging event.
Yeah.
It's like, bring it on, marathon.
Yeah.
I am ready for you.
I love that attitude.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And, this brings to mind something you said earlier about the idea of personal marathons.
Yes. I love how this runner ends their reflection with a question to all of us listening. They say, what goals have you set for yourself that feel just out of reach? What obstacles have you overcome that at first seemed insurmountable? Such a great invitation to pause and consider our own personal challenges.
Yeah.
Those moments that have tested us and helped us grow.
It is. It forces us to confront those goals. We might have tucked away those aspirations that seem a little too audacious.
Yeah.
And it reminds us that we all have our own internal mountains to climb.
Absolutely. Because it's not just about running a marathon.
Yeah.
It's about applying those same principles of perseverance and determination to other areas of our lives.
Exactly. And what strikes me is how this runner's journey really highlights the interconnectedness of physical and mental preparation.
Yeah.
It's not just training your body, you're training your mind to stay focused, to push through that discomfort.
Yeah, to believe that you can actually do it.
Exactly.
And it makes me think about my own experiences with pushing myself. When I first started running,
Yeah.
those early runs felt like such a monumental effort.
Oh, yeah.
My lungs burned, my legs ached, and I just thought, what am I doing?
I've been there.
But with each run, I started to build a little more resilience,
Yeah.
physically and mentally.
It's incredible how our bodies and minds adapt
It is.
when we consistently push those boundaries.
Yeah, it's like we unlocked this hidden reserve of strength and determination that we didn't know we had.
That's the best part.
Yeah, and those mental breakthroughs, they can kind of spill over into other areas of life too,
Totally.
Like suddenly that challenging project at work doesn't feel so daunting.
Right.
Or that creative endeavor that you've been putting off feels a little bit more within reach.
It's all about building that mental muscle, that
Yeah.
ability to stare down a challenge and say, I'm going to figure this out.
And I think this runner's journey is the perfect illustration of that.
Absolutely.
Because they face those early struggles with pacing and hills,
Yeah.
feeling defeated at times.
Yeah.
But they kept showing up.
Yeah.
They kept pushing themselves.
Yeah.
And eventually, those obstacles became stepping stones to greater strength and confidence.
And that's what's so inspiring about this story. It's not just about crossing a finish line. It's about the transformation that happens along the way.
It's just the resilience that's built,
Yeah.
the self-discovery, the realization that we're capable of so much more than we initially believed.
Absolutely.
It's powerful. And I think it's something we can all apply to our own lives.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether we run marathons or not.
Absolutely. It's especially relevant in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about instant gratification and overnight success.
Oh, yeah.
This runner's journey reminds us that real growth takes time,
It does.
effort, and a willingness to embrace those ups and downs along the way.
The ups and the downs.
The ups and the downs.
It's about celebrating the small victories, learning from the setbacks,
Yeah.
and never losing sight of the bigger picture.
That's right. And sometimes it's about acknowledging that even the best laid plans need to be adjusted.
Like having dinner out on Saturday night.
Exactly. Remember, they chose to prioritize stress reduction and mental clarity
Right.
over sticking rigidly to that pre-race routine.
Yeah, it's a great example of adapting to unforeseen circumstances
Yeah.
and making choices that support your overall well-being, even if it means deviating slightly from the plan.
Sometimes that flexibility is key
It is.
to achieving those goals.
And I think it also highlights the importance of self-awareness. Like
Huge.
they recognized they needed to manage their stress, and they made a choice to prioritize it.
Yeah, it speaks to the maturity and self-knowledge that often comes with taking on a challenge like a marathon.
Yeah, you learn to listen to your body, understand your mental and emotional needs,
Hmm.
and make adjustments accordingly.
It's a reminder that we're not robots,
Yeah.
We are complex beings with fluctuating energy levels,
Mhm.
emotions and needs, and honoring those needs is essential
Right.
for success in any endeavor.
So what can we learn from this runner's journey
Yeah.
as we reflect on our own personal marathons? What insights can we take away as we navigate our own unique challenges and aspirations?
That's a great question, and I think it leads us beautifully to our final reflections.
Okay.
Because what we've uncovered here is more than just a training log.
Yeah.
It's a blueprint for approaching any goal with intention, resilience, and a deep understanding of the interplay between our minds and our bodies.
Okay. So as we head into the final part of this deep dive,
Yes.
I'm curious to explore how we can apply these lessons to our own lives.
Mm-hmm.
How can we cultivate that same mental toughness,
Right.
that unwavering belief in ourselves, and that ability to just embrace the journey, even when it throws us a curveball or two?
Let's delve into that in just a moment, but first I want to emphasize one key takeaway.
I'm ready. What is it?
It's this: approaching any goal, whether it's running a marathon or tackling a personal challenge, requires more than just setting the intention.
Okay.
It demands that we cultivate a deep sense of self-belief.
Self-belief, I like that, because you're right. Self-doubt is that sneaky little voice
It's the worst
that
thing.
creeps in, especially when we're pushing ourselves outside our comfort zones.
Absolutely.
It says things like, are you sure you can do this?
Yeah.
Or maybe this goal is just too big for you.
It's so loud, that voice, sometimes.
It is.
And this runner's journey is a powerful reminder that we have the power to silence that voice.
Yeah.
We can choose to focus on our strengths, acknowledge our progress, and believe in our ability to overcome obstacles.
And sometimes that belief comes from looking back at how far we've already come.
Yes.
Remember how they talked about those early struggles with pacing and
Yeah.
hills, those challenges that felt so daunting at the time?
Do they even said those hills used to feel like mountains, but now they're just part of the landscape?
It's such a good metaphor
It is.
for how our perspective shifts
Hmm.
as we gain experience and build resilience.
I love that.
And I think that's a crucial part of cultivating self-belief.
Yes.
It's about recognizing that we're not defined by our past struggles, but rather by how we choose to learn and grow from them.
That's right.
And as we kind of accumulate those small wins, those moments of overcoming adversity,
Yeah.
our belief in ourselves
Yeah.
starts to solidify.
It does. It's like building a mental muscle, one rep at a time. And as that muscle strengthens, we become more capable of taking on bigger challenges and pushing ourselves even further.
But building that mental muscle,
Mm.
it's not always easy.
Yeah, it's hard.
There will be days when the motivation just goes away and the self-doubt creeps in and we're tempted to just give up.
All the time.
What advice would you give to someone facing those moments of struggle, when their personal marathon feels a little too overwhelming?
I would say, first and foremost, be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Recognize that setbacks and challenges are a natural part of the process.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a bad day, to feel discouraged, or to need to adjust your pace.
It's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about progress.
It's about progress. And sometimes progress means taking a rest day, adjusting your strategy,
Right.
or simply acknowledging how far you've already come.
Uh-huh.
Remember, even the seasoned marathoner chose to have dinner out to prioritize stress reduction.
Yeah.
Sometimes self-care is the most strategic move you can make.
It's about listening to your body and mind and making choices that support your overall well-being.
I love that.
It's a powerful message for all of us, no matter what goals we're pursuing.
Absolutely. It's about finding that sweet spot,
Yeah.
between pushing ourselves and honoring our needs.
Yeah.
And it's about remembering that the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
Because it's in those moments of struggle,
Yeah.
when we have to dig deep and find that extra ounce of strength that we really discover who we are.
Beautifully said. And I think that's the most profound takeaway from this deep dive into marathon prep.
Yeah.
It's not just about running a race, it's about embracing the transformative power
Mhm.
of setting a goal, pushing our limits, and discovering the incredible resilience that lies within each of us.
So as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave everyone listening with one final thought.
Okay.
What is one goal that you've been putting off, one dream that feels just a little out of reach?
Mm.
What step can you take today, no matter how small,
Yeah.
to move closer to that finish line?
Remember, you don't have to have all the answers
Yeah.
or a perfectly mapped out plan.
Right.
Just take that first step and trust that the path will unfold as you go.
And believing yourself,
Yes.
because you are capable of achieving incredible things.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring, keep pushing your boundaries, and keep believing in your own potential.